And welcome into the Clear as Mud podcast, which was not almost a podcast today. Why? Because I live in the sticks of Arkansas and my internet went out. And so we had some
emotional damage.
Exactly. Emotional damage. And that chicken, by the way, we may be late, but we ain't never gay, except for days that end on Y.
Unless it's happiness.
Unless it's happiness. Well, you know. So, anyway, a little bit discombobulated a little bit, just because of rushing around trying to get, calling the ISP up, trying to get them to fix their shit. But again, it's this local little company, and I wasn't even for sure they'd have weekend coverage and stuff. But anyway, they got their stuff fixed, and I'm proud of that. So anyway. So, with that being said, oh my God, you're off screen. Why the hell are you off screen, Banana?
Oh my God.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You slide around in there like a, you don't ever stay in one position, dude. What the hell?
No, I don't.
All right, so
moving back around.
Yeah, quit moving around. Okay, so anyway. So, Banana, how things going with you, my man?
They're okay. I'm just chilling like a villain. Played an Elden Ring for the past week or so. That's all I've been doing. It's playing Elden Ring in my free time and working.
How's that abusing you?
It's just a lot of dying, a lot of dying and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go because it's an open world Souls game,
sure,
with no real direction other than the bonfire will sometimes or what it's called a grace, like site of grace or something.
Sure.
And it has this little like golden light that goes a certain direction, but that's about all the direction you get. So
cool.
It's nice. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I this last week has been taxing for myself. I had some recent changes as far as my medical status, and so I've been having to go to specialists and get tests ran on me and medications being changed. And so my body is kind of kicking me in my balls right now because these switching from one medication to the other type of medication. And, it's just, anyway, just don't get old. That's all I could tell you.
Going through changes, as the great song by... What's his name?
Yeah, exactly.
Changes.
But I don't recommend getting old. I will tell you that much.
Don't worry. Bill Gates will come up with some super, joint relieving, immortality drug. He'll be fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I hope
we're getting there.
I hope he comes out with it soon. So
we'll upload your joints to the cloud.
Okay. So is there any little tidbits or whatever stories, just toss away stories that you'd like to try to maybe that has come across your periphery before we actually get into today's meat?
I've been keeping an eye on Ukraine and Russia, that whole thing. And that's basically between playing Elden Ring. That's all I've been doing. Yeah. Has been watching the Ukraine Russia stuff, and they barely avoided World War III because they were bombing an area in Ukraine, and they accidentally hit part of a nuclear power plant, and they had to scramble to put the fires out over there and keep that thing from going super critical and causing everybody to go to war.
So they accidentally. I don't believe they accidentally shit. They did that shit on purpose. Come on.
Well, I mean, why would they, well, I guess they tried to turn it off, like get it offline, but not cause an international incident other than the one they're currently perpetrating.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I been watching and kind of keeping a track on it as well. I think pretty much everybody is, right. I mean, it's kind of one of those deals where, that people are, because we don't know, there's so much uncertainty, right? The only thing that we're certain is that Putin is nerdier than a squirrel turd, and he has zero fucks to give, and he's doing what he Putin is doing what he thinks is best for his country, right? As far as the country of Russia. And but that not always is what's best for the other countries in and around him. And so anyway, it's definitely, it's, and the
Certainly
thing
at their expense, for sure.
Exactly. And the last thing you want is for any other superpowers really to get involved in this. That meaning us, China. You do not want superpowers clashing,
I don't think
because
so.
inevitably, even though they may start out with traditional type tactics, as far as we've got this thing they call the Moab, right, or mother of all bombs, right?
Oh,
Well,
the Moabs? Yeah.
yeah, the Russians have something that they call the FOBs, right, which is the father of all bombs, which is the counterpart to the mother. I mean, they're they're equal, right, in damage. They have the same destructive power as a nuclear bomb. They just don't have the ill effects afterwards, or the after effects of the nuclear fallout and shit. And the thing about it is these countries have the ability to reach out and touch each other, right? Without actually putting, quote unquote, American service personnel in harm's way, as far as boots on the ground. They have missiles that will reach each other, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. And so they have the ability.
ICBMs.
Yeah, they have the ability to both sides. And so the last thing we want is for these two countries, ours and Russia, or ours and China, to get into a pecker waving contest, because it's not going to end well for the citizens of either nation. And so anyway,
there'll be very few people left standing to conquer the ruin.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll be interesting.
All right, so that's we've kind of got that out of the way, I guess. I mean, there's more that could be said or whatever, but
there's tons more. It's fucking nightmare right now. But yeah, we don't. That would
we're not. That's not what the show is about. Today we want to talk about even more brain damage. So I can't say this cat's name. So Banana, you're going to have to help me here. So this guy named Brendan, how you say his last name?
Schaub.
Schaub, is that how you pronounce it? Schaub.
Brendan Schaub.
Schaub. Yeah. Okay. So Brendan Schaub is this guy who was I guess he started off. He was kind of a
MMA fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, he actually started off. He was football player, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, he was a football player, and then he returned to, I guess, his home state of Colorado, or he's currently living in Colorado. And so post football career, he started doing the training, mixed martial arts, things like that, boxing, so forth. And he competed in a local amateur divisions. He won the Golden Gloves heavyweight title. He then went on to compete in the UFC, and he had some success. He was 4-0 and won the heavyweight title for the Ring of Fire organization. Then after he went on into the UFC, he then let's see, what does it say here? He in the quarterfinals, he won by his fight by knockout punch in the second round against John Madsen. And then the semifinals, Schwab defeated Marcus Jones via KO again. And he made his official UFC debut when he faced Roy Nelson in the Ultimate Fighter Heavyweights final. And Schaub lost versus a knockout punch in the first round. He did go on to have other fights in the UFC and so forth, but then he I guess he retired. He no longer he started showing up on Joe Rogan's podcast, and so he has parlayed that into, I guess he's got, I don't know, I think they said somewhere around half a dozen or so podcasts that he does.
He's like most famous for Fighter and the Kid with Brian
Yes,
Callen.
correct. Yes, that's one of his more famous ones. But he also presents
He's
himself.
friends with Chris D'Elia too. I think we covered that back in the day when Chris D'Elia was getting lambasted by the public and other people in the spotlight for being a quote unquote sexual assaulter of some sort,
Okay.
or some kind, like, I don't know. They were alleging a bunch of bullshit. It's never proven, as most
Yeah.
of these allegations aren't. So
And-
and then
And he might very well be. I don't remember. I'll just put it this way: he did not make an impression on me if we did discuss it because I don't remember it.
I can't remember. It was like early.
Yeah, but anyway, this guy's kind of he pits himself as a comic. There are allegations of him stealing jokes. There are comedy is subjective as far as what I might find funny and just make me belly laugh, you might find totally completely just moronic and not entertaining at all, right? I mean, it's subjective comedy in that aspect, right? So with that being
Otherwise, people wouldn't find Amy Schumer or Nanette funny. So
I just noticed that was two women that you announced. Can you say any guys that aren't funny too, so we kind of keep it balanced there? Or are you just a total set?
Carlos Mencia.
There you go. There you go, Carla. Exactly.
We're avoiding catastrophe here.
Exactly. I'm trying to save you here. So anyway, exactly.
Oh, you mean women aren't funny? No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. So anyway, but there seems to be a fairly large.
No, there are women that are funny. Like what's her name, Liza Schlesinger? She's hilarious. What's her name, Mikowski?
Yeah.
Something Mikowski. Ali Mikowski. She's hilarious too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. There is definitely. I've watched. There's. I will say
I
this.
don't like George Lopez. George Lopez is not funny to me.
No.
Kevin Hart, don't find him funny.
Kevin Hart, there's a little bit. There's a few of his routines that I find humorous. What is that? What's that guy's name? He's a black comedian. He's real skinny. He got infamous.
Dave Chappelle?
No,
Chris Rock.
No. This is an older guy. He got famous because he was trash talking like the 16-year-old kid, and the 16-year-old kid beat his ass, and it was like all over Twitter and
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams. Yeah, I don't find his shit funny either. Okay, but anyway, so. Again, comedy is kind of subjective in that aspect, right? But anyway, so
The arts.
Exactly. This guy, even though he portrays himself as comedic, there's a fairly large collection of people on the internet, especially Reddit, that do not find him funny. And there's a very active Reddit community out there that just slams him, making fun of him, and they actually call him Brenda and not Brandon. Or Brendan or whatever. They call him
Brenda Schaub.
They call him Brenda. Yeah.
I wonder if we can find a picture of Brendan Schaub in a dress.
I don't know. But so anyway, he jumped to infamy here recently. And how I discovered this was I'm subscribed to Penguin Zero or Most Critical's YouTube channel, and one of his videos came across the other day where he was talking about this situation where Brendan here filed some DMCA takedowns against this the term that Charlie used was small YouTuber.
Oh shit!
And he would not give the small YouTuber's name, and the reason, and I think the reason why, is that this small YouTuber has there are some stories or allegations out there. I'll put it that way. There's some allegations out there that there's some domestic violence in his past. Now, here's the problem with this. One, This is something that's not currently really be able to be substantiated because his channel is gone. He had two channels that were taken down because of these DMCA takedowns that were filed. Now, but irrespective if it is comes out to be, that there's domestic issues or not, okay, that doesn't matter a hill of beans in this scenario, or not this scenario, but what we're talking about, what this story is. Because within the context of what this is here, right, is that this YouTuber, right, who is named, what the hell is this dumbass's name? Uniqueness. It's YEWNEEKNESS. Uniqueness. So we have some big brain coming up with names here. But who am I to say anything? Because, hell, we got a damn podcast named Clear as Mud, right? So, and the Lord knows we've caught enough
uniqueness.
Exactly. We've caught enough shit about our name. So anyway, but so
from a certain hat wearing individual
who shall remain nameless to be protected, so as not to drive our tens of 20s of fans to drag him.
we don't want that. No.
No, we don't want that. But anyway, so this cat Uniqueness made some commentary videos and stuff, ridiculing, making fun of him. But here's where the plot thickens. You ready? This is the dun dun dun.
This is the cornstarch.
Yeah, this is the dun 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 moment, right?
I don't have that one on my soundboard, but damn.
Oh my God, emotional damage. But anyway,
emotional damage.
Exactly. So what happened is there was some CCTV footage that was leaked that alleges showing this guy Brandon slipping this young lady who was not his wife, BTW, right, his digits to try to, bow chicka wow 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 wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so evidently that's what this story starts circulating out there in the Ethernet, and so this cat, this Uniqueness, I guess, had a video, had the footage, whatever, and I guess it sent this guy Brandon into the stratosphere. Anyway, so that brings us to this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now Thick Boy Productions Incorporate, okay, is the name of the production company that was started by Brandon Schaub. And what happened was he filed these takedown notices against Uniqueness. And Uniqueness filed a counterclaim, which you and I are familiar. We've had to go down this road before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this Thick Boy Productions turned around and filed a counterclaim to the counterclaim, to where now it has to go to court. We're at the point now to where either Thick Boy has to take them to court. Basically, it's at a put up or shut up type situation, right? And so that's what's occurred. That's where we are at. And so they filed court papers and stuff, right? And it is, this is all online. So I'm not, this is public information. So I don't want to hear no one talking about, giving up shit. So, but anyway, this was filed on February 28th of this year in the U.S. District Court for the District of Rhode Island. It is a copyright suit. It is for copyright infringement, okay? And this is to be held, according to this, in front of a jury, which is by the demand of the plaintiff. And it gives the defendant's name and his alias, which is the Uniqueness. Now, here's the thing. If anybody catches this video, whatever, and that type of stuff, I don't want anybody going after or sending hate towards Brendan, okay? Even though he's a dumbass and he doesn't understand
uniqueness.
or uniqueness either, even though, because, uniqueness may have a past we don't know, and more importantly, we don't care. It's none of our business. Brendan, from what I have seen, appears to be out of line here. He is challenging fair use, and that's problematic for channels like what we have here, as well as a vast collection of channels all over YouTube. Okay, and fair use is an issue. Some of you may be, some of you may be aware. H3H3, they had a big lawsuit over this, some time back, as far as with the FUPA and all that, right? So, and it was declared, it was established. So now that we have yet another challenge coming here before the courts, it's important that we bring attention to this. Now, it's so there's been a couple other large YouTubers besides Moist Critical, Charlie, that's covered this. Okay, the two specifically that I'm familiar with is the Quartering, Jeremy Hambley over there at the Quartering, and the Review Tech USA, I believe is the name of the channel. Has done a video on this as well, highlighting it. I'm sure that because this relatively just happened and this news is starting to percolate out, there'll be more channels that'll do and highlight this. Now, in this video here, bring it up here. In this video here on Jeremy's channel, the title of the video is "Popular Joe Rogan Guest Brandon Schaub Suing a Small YouTuber for Making Fun of Him." Okay, this was put out on March the 2nd. I'm not going to play the video in the context of, but I'm going to use the video because he actually has the court document. Now, I went out and tried to find it, and it got to a point to where I would have had to have signed up for a subscription through Pacer to start accessing documents.
There you go.
And since this channel makes no money, I wasn't putting out anymore, right? And it's here, so I'm going to reuse this within that context just to be able to show us the document, okay? And so this goes over it. Now, there was a couple of things that I wanted to point out that I thought was interesting. We know that this document was filed on February 28th of this year, right? We know that because of the stuff that I was able to access through the court, with the documents court system over there in Rhode Island. And this is just the beginning of it here. Let me mute this because I don't want to use Jeremy. I don't want to hear him stumbling and bumbling, because I think honestly, the only person that possibly talks slower and drags shit out worse than Jeremy is me. And the last thing I need is somebody trying to compete for my title. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, I just want to kind of, let's see here. Maybe if I speak, okay, hang on here. Let me just pause it. Okay. This here is where the first few lines, is just discussing the different stuff as far as, what's what I'm looking for? All the context or the all the legal as far as citing codes and law, that type of stuff, right? This here is in this number 7, and this is where it's talking about specifically pointing to the videos. And it says here that it was the Fighter and the Kid episode 725. It was the Fighter and the Kid episode 726, the Fighter and episode 729, and the Fighter and the Kid episode 740. Okay. And it says the plaintiff, here, number 8, listen to this. The plaintiff has registered the works with the United States Copyright Office on February 22nd. And then it gives the registration numbers and stuff. And copies of the copyright registration certificates are attached as Exhibit A. So, what this cat did this Brandon, is he hired a lawyer, or maybe he had a lawyer on retainer? I don't know. Hey, Nerdy, how you doing, bud?
Over the show, Nerdy John.
And anyway, so he hired like I say, either had one or whatever. Doesn't matter, I guess, really. But so this lawyer went out, registered the videos to copyright them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the 22nd, and then filed a lawsuit on the 28th. And again, it's kind of hard to say because we don't know when the videos that this YouTuber made them, but I'm going to say it was probably prior to the 22nd, right, of February, when the videos were made. Now, also, guys, you have to remember, fair use is one of those things where as long as you are not re-uploading the video in its entirety, right, and you are, what it does, it boils, if I'm speaking, and I'm not a lawyer, so don't quote me chapter and verse on it or anything like on this, but it would boil down to a percentage, right? So how much of this guy's video was him commentating or talking about the different segments or whatever in relationship to how much of the content was a segment of that video, of the podcast in question, right? That episode, right? So like if say, for example, just for some simple mathematics,
sure.
Let's say he showed a 2 minute or a minute, let's say 2 minute segment of the podcast, the Fighter and the Kid podcast, episode 726. Let's just say he showed a 2 minute segment of it, and then he spent the next 10 to 12 minutes, right, talking over it. Okay. That's like 1% of the overall 100% of work, right? So
right.
that is 100% fair use, right? The problem is, and we battle this ourselves, and we have battled this ourselves. There are people out there that don't understand what fair use is. We've seen these battles for years. Like, you go back to the one with, like I say, with H3. This guy, Dark Viper, that was striking people down, right? We covered that.
Oh, Dodge Viper?
Whatever his name was, yeah. The Australian dude who was striking, because he believed that, Pokimane, for example, is another one who has struck down videos and stuff because, you used my picture. You can't, no, I'm sorry. You are a public figure, right?
Right.
So, there's the problem with that. Now, and so the legal paper goes on, and it's more, and I'm not a lawyer and stuff. I hope that somebody like Emily D. Baker or Rakita Law, somebody like that, picks this up and covers it and goes over this stuff, because they are lawyers, and so they can speak from a position of knowledge, right?
Sure.
We are not. We're not we're dumbasses that get on here and put our opinions out there, and that's all it is. So it's not worth anything, right? But here's the problem, and this is why this is a problem for this guy, Brandon, right? Now, I am not going to play this video because Mr. Slap Happy likes to file DMCA shit, right? But what I'm going to show you is, this is from an episode called The Fighter and the Kid, episode 777, Free Kane, right? And it's an hour and 21 minute long, okay? But here's the thing, and this is the format of this podcast, is they will take clips, be it this one here in particular is from Instagram, and it's showing a video, right?
Yep.
So they show the video, and they react to the video, and they commentate on what's going on, right?
Right.
Do I need to draw? Do I need?
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Shocker.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Now, let me show you something here. Let me flip right over here. Boom. Here's the actual video. Here's the post on Instagram that this is a reference to. I seen this come across my feed. I think it's on Facebook or something like that. So this guy here that's sharing this,
Tim Kennedy, former Navy SEAL,
yeah,
American Badass.
yeah, he's MMA and all that, right? It says MMA out here behind his name,
Yep.
so I assume he's into MMA. I don't know the guy, so I'm not going to but here's the thing. This is not a video that even he produced or put out, right? So even he's taking video that someone else released and is repurposing it as well, right? And that's kind of what the internet does, right? So I'm not throwing shade in Tim's direction at all. I'm just showing for context reasons, purposes, right? That this asshat right here, Mr. Middleman asshat, that looks like, you know, I'm trying not to attack him personally or even his attributes or anything like that because I have a policy of not doing that.
Mr. Potato Head looking motherfucker.
Okay,
he looks like
go off, man, because I know
he
you don't
sounds like
have
he has a speech impediment, but I don't know. Maybe that was just because he's hitting the head too many times. He acts like a big baby, but he's like, probably 200 plus pounds and could beat the shit out of anybody. More of the same.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you have no qualms with it, but the whole thing of this video is this young girl here, and I don't know where this is at, but it looks like, it's probably not in the U.S. because of the text here. That's, even though it's kind of blurry, it's kind of hard to see, but this is not U.S., right? These are not, this is not in America, I don't believe. But anyway, this young girl is here and she's making a purchase or whatever. This cat here is, as they say, shady AF, right? And so anyway, so this young woman's selling ice cream. Kali has a street savvy. So anyway, what happened is, so she notices this cat hanging around, leaning around. And hang on, let me stop for a second. You see those? That's some nice looking jeans there, dude. She's thick. She's thick. I just want to appreciate her. I just want to take a minute to appreciate her beauty there, right? So I think I can do that, right? So anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Base boomer take on a young lady, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, we'll go on here through the video. I'll kind of go through this a little bit fast. You kind of so the young girl is walking away. Now, here's the thing. This girl here, this woman here, she knows some shit is up, right?
So she go down.
She come down. Boom. She slides. Let me back this up here a little bit. So she comes in here quickly, goes up there, boom, puts her arm around her and says, "Hey, honey, let me go, whatever." This dude here was fixed to take that young girl, throw her in the back of that car and kidnap her ass. And probably put her into some sort of sex trade or some shit like that, right? And you know what? You know what? Good for that young lady, and she should be commended, and she should be, she's a hero. She saved that young girl. So hey, round of applause for her, and I sincerely mean that, right? But here's the problem: asshat here, really because he has a hat on his head. Asshat here takes that, is using it. They're reacting to it, and guess what? It's 100% fair use, and I have no qualms with that. The problem is that he wants to come over here and file a lawsuit against uniqueness for the same damn thing. Does he not understand that what he's doing affects him? I think you may be right.
He's trying to avoid his wife finding out.
Maybe so. But
you gotta protect that at all costs when you're fucking around outside of your home life.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. But it's just,
Isn't that what it is, though? That like they're going over a video of him giving a girl his number?
Exactly. Well, the speculation is that's what happened, right?
He's trying to, burn away all the evidence, or
so. And it's possible. I don't know.
Boy.
Anyway, but so.
I see an angry liberal face and I get a joy in my heart.
I'll just tell the audience, we will keep an eye on this. I know in Jeremy's video, he talks about helping this young guy set up a legal defense fund. I don't know if that has been set up yet or not, but like I say, we will continue keeping an eye on this. We will continue to follow it, and we will keep you guys up to date as well. If it gets to the point where we have to actually go, it goes to litigation, and dumbass Brandon doesn't drop this litigation, if it and there's an actual GoFundMe started or something like that for a legal defense fund on this, we will share that with the audience. And if you are inclined to support it, to help, fight for fair use and keep that as a right that we have here on YouTube, that would be up to you to do so. Okay. Anyway, I think that I don't really have anything else more to say on that story. But Anna, do you got any closing thoughts or final thoughts on that?
Bruh.
That's what I have to say about that. Total bruh moment.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one, I don't know, man. This one here is really kind of, I don't know. It's just ucky. You know what I'm saying? It's just an ucky story. And Anime Chris says, by the way, Anime Chris, you're 100% correct. 100% correct.
What'd he say?
Anime
Brendan
Chris
Schaub
says,
has always been an uneducated asshole. This doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. He just
Yeah.
seems dumb.
Yeah. This next thing we're going to cover is about a woman's scorn. Would that be an accurate statement about a woman's
Hell
scorn?
hath no fury.
Hell
Truly.
hath no fury. And in the day and age of TikTok, it's intensified, right? I mean,
You learn your lesson quick. You say when you fuck around too many times. Hell hath no fury, my friend.
exactly. Now a supporter of the show, and he actually has been on the show. Came on as a co-host one time.
Nerdy John?
Nerdy John, the nerdster, the neckbeard, the dude that lives in a basement, and does his podcast out of a basement in his mama's house. Did a video on this, did a live stream, and he chopped it up, and he chopped his live stream down to like, I think 30 minutes. He's got a video out on this, so go check it out. He has a pretty good job and covers it, fairly well. Yes, Nerdy, I'm giving you some props here. I'm trying to teach Nerdy, by the way, the proper way to tweet out a stream and tag the appropriate people. Because he'll just go out and he'll just put a tweet. It'll just be the link to the stream. He won't tag. He won't put any hashtags on there to try to bring awareness to it, to get other people to see it. And I'm working with him, and he's getting better. He's getting better. He is getting better, and I think he may actually one of these days get there. He's
Promoting.
Yeah,
advertising.
Exactly. And when I first found him, he was still sucking from his mama's teat, and he's now got to where he's actually starting to walk. He still falls a lot. He's unsteady on his feet. He kind of wibble wobbles and stuff, but he's getting there. And
just don't say any slurs on Twitter, and you can still promote and advertise all you like.
Yeah, I don't. But I tried with Banana, but I was failed. Banana failed.
I'm too volatile. I can't help myself.
Banana's fault. Yeah, he gets on them damn peels of his, and he just slides and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm definitely like Roseanne. I just take one too many Ambien, and then I mix a little alcohol with it, and then lo and behold, I start saying things on Twitter, and
that's
shocker. I never have an account ever again.
Yeah, that's something else you share with Trump. You both don't have account on Twitters no more.
I have the very best Twitter. Look, Joe Biden pretends like he has the best Twitter, but frankly, I think my Twitter, if you were to be honest about it, it's just frankly way better, miles better.
Yeah,
we are the very best people.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want to? Listen? I did all the talking on the last one. Do you want to talk about this one? Do you want to? Because this covers all the things that you love about This is your generation.
Oh God.
This is your people. This is your people's Banana. So let me bring this up here on the screen here. So tell us, who is this chick?
So Chelsea, is her name Chelsea Hart?
I think that's correct. And here's the thing: if Nerd wants to call in, we'll drag him in, and he can give us some context as well.
I'll pull you up.
If his mama will let him come out and play, I don't know if she will or not. I mean, I don't know if he's been a good boy or a bad boy. I don't know.
And there he is. Let's pull him up.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, Nerdy John. How are you?
Yeah, my mom said it was okay.
Listen, dude, don't come in here like the damn water boy. My mama said, Jesus Christ. Come on, John. But anyway, so tell us, who is this chick here on the screen, man?
Oh, she's a TikToker.
Okay.
She's obviously, as you can tell, she's very feminine, very third wave feminist, if you will. She has had a relationship with.
Sorry.
She has had a relationship with Modern Warrior for a couple months now because he was helping her through, I believe, her miscarriage. And he was such a gentleman that she decided to have unprotected sex with him.
Ooh, so we're talking raw dogging.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Anime Chris says, aka Bootleg Ray from this trash Star Wars trilogy. Exactly. That is so great, dude.
Oh, that's spot on, Chris. Man, you nailed that shit. So anyway, all right, so she is a woke person. Would that be an appropriate statement then, John? That she's woke?
Yes, okay. Very woke.
All right, so she met this guy, Modern Warrior, and we'll show a picture of him here in a second, guys, or you'll see him in
Modern Warrior. I'm expecting to see a burly Alaskan man that's cutting down trees in the wild. He's
yeah.
Separated from the government. He's like Alex Jones.
Oh, yes, 100%. Now,
you're a fake intellectual.
Yeah. Now I know about, and here's the thing. As much as I hate to admit this, I may have exposed Nerdy John to this whole shit. I may have given him terminal brain damage over this because I was watching his stream one day and he was whatever, and I said, hey, because he's young and and he's an intellectual such as yourself, and so you guys use these big convoluted words and what have you. Yeah. And I had seen because sometimes of the evening when I can't sleep, I'll be laying in bed and I'll scroll through the TikToks because there's shit on there that makes me laugh, and it's just mind numbing shit, and so I just
TikTok is like the most brain dead platform on the
planet.
Oh,
it is. It's 100%.
So ridiculous how stupid it is.
So I'm familiar with who Modern Warrior is, right? Stuff. And so one day I just threw a bone to Nerdy. I said, hey, have you ever looked into this dude called Modern Warrior? And he's like, who? And then he started down the rabbit hole, and I don't know if he's ever found his way back up out of it or not. But
no.
Anyway, he is in the YouTube side of things, he would definitely be classified as a law cow.
Yeah. 100%.
100% he is a law cow. Now, that being said, okay, there is some stuff in this video that is said that can be a little bit triggering.
Oh boy.
I'll put that way, but I will say this. It is 100% bullshit what is said.
Bullshit.
And the allegations that are put forth, it's bullshit. Pure and simple, it's bullshit. And we'll get into that. So anyway, I'm not going to sit here because this thing is 40 damn minutes long, right? So I'm going to kind of scroll through this shit.
Yeah, Trisha Paytas video.
Oh, it's worse than that. What it is this person here, Whitney Rose. And I don't know who she is, but God bless her heart. She's
just a poet lost in a modern society who doesn't understand her.
She took and what would you call this? She took all the TikTok videos
Uh-huh.
and she formed a what do you call that? A compilation or what do they call that? What's the word? Help me here.
A compilation.
Compilation, sure.
Compilation, okay, of
That-
videos from this chick here, Chelsea
An effort
Hart,
was made.
and the Modern Warrior, whose name is Lance Tosi.
Tosi, like TOE.
No,
SE.
TSOSIE. Tosi. I guess that's how you would say that. Tosi.
Oh, whatever.
Hell, I don't know. I'm just a dumb redneck. What the hell do I know? But anyway,
I'm just trying.
so
Sure.
as Nerdy says, this chick here, right? She had a miscarriage, and Modern Warrior swoops in like gallant knight, and starts giving her comfort, helping her through the traumatic experience. And I am not belittling her experience, because having a miscarriage is a very traumatic experience for a woman or a couple. Okay, I've had friends that have went through that, and it is a loss of a child, and so it's very it's a very traumatic thing, and so I'm not making light of that or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that this guy, Modern Warrior, from appearance and from what I've gathered from this, he used this woman's trauma to slide in and eventually bed her, right? Have sex with her. That's wrong.
My man.
Shit. That's no. Come on, Banana. That shit's wrong. Damn.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Sorry.
Okay, but now, and give a little more pretense or a little bit of backstory in this. Modern Warrior, back, I don't know, it's probably been a year or so ago, he made a TikTok where he was saying that he was going to seek out and go after the conservatives on TikTok. Okay, he was going to go after them. And so that's what he did, and he went after them. And if any of you guys use TikTok, I'm sure you guys have seen this in your feeds.
What does went after them mean? Was he going to assemble a team and go like toilet paper their house, or is he going to actually take them out?
No, what it was is he was out. There is this group on TikTok that is akin to what I would call a mafia. And I'm not even joking, dude. If you're not on TikTok and you don't follow some of this shit, it is insane what they do.
TikTok seems like complete cancer to me.
It is 100% complete cancer.
So there's a mafia on alt-right mafia on
No.
TikTok?
This is the left side.
Oh.
So what these left people would do, what they were doing was, if there was anybody on here that they were going after, like pro-Trumpers, they were going after what was, I guess you might label some of them alt-righters. Some of them could just be conservative voices as period, right? And they were going after them and exposing them. They were doxing people. They were sending their... As you do. They were sending their large audience of followers to harass. And it's just fucking Wild West over on TikTok. In all honesty, it really is. But anyway, so they were going after him. Well, then all of a sudden, because, it's Newton's law, right? So for every action, there's a what? An equal and opposite reaction. Exactly. So then what happened was, so then the conservative voices and stuff started coming after, and it got extremely, extremely toxic. Okay. There's no other way to put it. There was the levels of toxicity on both sides was astronomical. Just astronomical. Lance, there were people who tried to have a actual conversation, Discord, as much as you could via TikTok with Modern Warrior. And anybody who challenged any of his stances or his beliefs,
white supremacist.
They were white supremacists. They were Nazis. and they were colonizers, especially if they were white. Okay, if they were not non-white or they were a person of color, they would just be, you know,
Stupid.
well, no, they'd be like, he'd call them like Nazis and stuff. So
Oh boy.
I believe I'm
Everyone's
correct on
a
that.
Nazi.
I believe that I'm correct on that. I may not. And it was, in all honesty, it was people who were white that were taking, exception. And so he was calling everybody colonizers for the most part. And then white supremacists. Anyway.
As you do.
So as you do. So he has this large following. And this young lady, I mean, as Anime Chris said, she does look like the Kmart version of Rey from Star Wars, but I guess she's attractive to some or whatever, right? She was one of his followers, and they started conversating, having stuff. And I'm not, because it has the most depressing ass music on a loop behind it.
You are the reason.
It's just
That's why I didn't care about her like video, is because it's like you put all that like ridiculous shit in the background to make people feel sorry for you, and I really don't care.
Also, too, you realize that Modern Warrior has a type.
Oh yeah, he has a big type. So there's a video.
It's just annoying that like they'll get into their bathroom and then set up a fucking like light, and then put on the music and then this whole story time bullshit.
Exactly. And then now this chick here to the right of Discount Ray was another young lady that Modern Warrior was having relationships with, right? Or
Very androgynous looking.
Let's just put it this way. He was fucking these two women. Okay, I'll just put it that way.
They might be they thems. You might be careful.
Okay.
Treading treacherous.
All right, let me roll that back because I don't understand. I don't know what their pronouns are, so let me put this a different way.
Canceled.
Okay, so there was no relationships here. Modern Warrior was fucking these two individuals.
Hey, maybe he's polyamorous. Why are you trying to, kink shame the guy?
I'm not kink shaming. He was fucking these two people, right?
And he has a wife. You can't forget that.
Well, now you see.
Now
Look, see, you're jumping the gun, nerdy. Reel that shit in. You got to tell a story in the right context and order. Damn it. So anyway, what happened is the Modern Warrior. Exactly. So Modern Warrior. Let me bring this handsome looking devil up here on the screen.
Nope, not that one.
No, that's not. There he is. There he is. Look at him. Look at that prime specimen of human being there.
No offense. Is he like from she to he?
No.
Native American.
He is Native American, and I believe.
Okay. But he looks like a woman.
And I believe. Let me just do here.
What's traditionally looks like a woman to you? Are you trying to define the shut up?
Okay.
Shut up. Stop writing your comment. I hear you in the comment section. Shut up. No one cares.
Let's see here. Here we go. Bringing this up here. I believe.
Yeah,
he's Navajo. He is Navajo. So
okay, respect.
Okay, so here's the thing. He's Navajo. He's pro Navajo. He is. Before he started going to war with what he called these the right or the conservative or the alt-righters or whatever. He was just very pro Native American, and he was and he was an activist. He is highly educated. He's highly educated man. And he is, I think he still is like getting his doctorate, I think right now, possibly.
Ooh,
but anyway, I will say this, when you make poses in front of the camera like this, you're a fuck boy.
100%.
100% fuck boy.
Dude's jacked though.
Now,
if I was that jacked, I'd be doing that too. I don't care.
Banana, I've seen your fucking Instagram feed. You do it, and you're not that jacked. You fuck boy pose all the time. Now let's just be honest here. Listen. I'm not shaming you because if I was your age, And I was just,
Now I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
if I was your age and I was slender like you, oh, I would fuck boy pose all the time. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, let's call it what it is. That is a fuck boy pose.
It
And it
100% is.
and
He's
it's
got the
something,
guns to do it.
and it's something
I
you're
can't shoot
familiar
the guy
with.
for his guns.
And yours, it's something you're familiar with. Let's be honest here. We're in a safe space, right?
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
Yeah, I'm familiar. All right, fine.
Okay. So anyway,
My Instagram may be a little on the fuckboy
it is a
pose
little bit,
side.
and that's okay. And I hope it works out for you. And I hope you get to do a little fuckboy action. So anyway, so this chick.
You whack my mother from my what? I stand with Chelsea? What does that even mean?
I don't know, dude. That's not relevant here, okay? I just want to show the fuckboy pose because that's the kind of shit he does, right? But anyway, so this girl here, Chelsea, right? Oh, Chelsea, that's who we're talking about. This girl's
Chelsea,
making a
right.
video and she's anyway. So
I stand with Chelsea.
so let's go back over here. So this chick here starts having an online
Nice stop.
anyway, she starts having an online relationship with Modern Warrior. She buys a plane ticket. She flies out to meet him. Right. She spends the weekend with him. Right. Has the unprotected sex and what have you. Right. And then she goes to fly back home. Right.
Sounds like a Chelsea problem. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay, but here's where. So she then sees him post on, I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok, Banana or Nerdy. Do you know which one it was?
Oh, it was another TikTok.
Okay, where she saw him with another woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when she confronted him about it, he said, "Oh, I meant to tell you."
Oh.
It slipped my mind. Well, I'm sorry. While I was slipping my penis into your vagina, it slipped my mind to tell you I bang other chicks too. Or excuse me, so as not to offend and not proper pronouns, I bang other people too. Right?
Yeah,
so
other entities, they might not identify as people, they may be deer. So
whatever.
Oh God.
So anyway, this is where it starts getting a little swirly.
oh boy. As if it already hasn't been.
Yeah. Now, so Nerd, can you tell me what particular? Do you know off the top of your head where she starts making these accusations about? It's right here. She's squalling.
I'm not too sure of, but what she's saying is I consented to unprotected sex with you.
Yes,
but I didn't consent to you sleeping with other people, so therefore it's assault. Or
yes.
she's
Yeah.
she's kind of tiptoeing that line because she's like, well, I don't even know if I should really call it that, but it feels like that. And
Yes.
it's like we kind of know what you're doing here, lady.
Yeah, she I don't know. Does she actually come out, Nerd, and say that he assaulted her, or does she just kind of like tiptoe up to that line and kind of
Tiptoe. It's
Yeah.
a tiptoe because she talks about how non-consensual it was.
yes,
What?
yes.
How
It
is it non-consensual if you like took a plane there? And
But what she consented to having intercourse with him. She did not consent to being exposed to these other women's vagina juices.
that doesn't make any sense.
Dude, this is your world. This is your people. I want
My
you
world?
to I want you to explain this to me.
I'm a hermit. I don't like.
See,
That's the first thing for my mind.
Here's the lesson to be learned from this, young people. When you make those fuckboy posts on Instagram and shit like that, this is what you wind up in when you fuckboy around. When you fuckboy around, you find out. And this is what
No, he
happens.
is right. You do find out, and it's usually unpleasant. The
Yes.
people are absolutely insane. So
Yeah,
So-
and it's a very interesting story because she kind of gets, along with the music, she's also kind of playing it up for the camera.
Oh yeah, big
Yeah,
time.
it's a production. It's like she's doing it like it's not like it was candid whatsoever. It's like she has makeup on, she has the lighting, she has the music in the background, she's sitting there telling her story. This is my
Mhm.
truth.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I'm a
Modern
victim.
Warrior made an apology video, and he said, "I'm sorry for the miscommunication."
Hey, look, Rose, I'm a victim too of my own shitty fucking decisions in life. It's like deal with it.
So
People
let's see
lie to
here.
you know,
Let's see here.
and you make bad decisions. Are you sure he's not a man? He's man. He's not female to male. I mean,
No,
I'm not like
It's a very traditional Navajo hairstyle, from
it's
what I
not the
gather.
hair. It's his face. He looks like a lady.
Well, no, okay, but hang on. He
like
here's the thing. I don't know. Let me see if I play this because they
he
always
looks like my sister-in-law before I got divorced.
they
I
see
mean, they're very
what-
similar. He's more
What
buff.
the fuck is that pose?
See, here's the problem with this shit, right?
He looks like a cracked out Monica Rial. Oh, she
Let me-
does. Sorry.
So let me bring up this. I don't know which. I guess I'll use this one here. So this is what. But see, this is the kind of shit I'm talking. It says he goes when people could only build a platform by mentioning me, and the thing about it is I could play this or whatever, fine. But they always use this copyrighted music shit, right? So you can't. So let's see here.
You can mute it.
Well, I did mute it. So just look at him. See,
Revzilla has entered the chat.
Repzilla has entered the chat. But that, that's the I mean, this guy is 100% a fuck boy who was out here slinging dick, and props for slinging dick, whatever. I don't care. I mean,
more
that
power to you, dude. I don't give a shit.
I'm not going to sit there. I mean, was it a shitty thing to do? 100% it was a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a
I'd
shitty thing
say
to do.
so.
But this
Why
is his.
Lady,
Okay.
have
So
her fly out to see ya.
So he's got 2.8 million followers, right?
He
So
looks like John Redcord.
who the fuck said John Redcorn? Oh, anime. Chris is fucking on fire today. God dang.
John Redcord, dude.
But anyway, this is him. He's got 2.8 million followers. He has 91.3 million likes. Again, in the grand scheme of thing, I don't know what that means as far as metrics and shit.
That's a lot of chatter.
Yeah, but anyway, his I don't know what you call this shit up here, but it says here, "Hey colonizer."
Hey, colonizer.
That's
have
just
the day you deserve. D-Day. I don't know what that means.
so I don't know either. Let's see what this one here has to say here. Let's see. Wait, back up here. Stop. God dang this interface. Let's see if we can bring this shit up here. Let's see what it says here.
Yeah, and the next time you call me a sex offender, make sure you put registered in front of it.
You see, what we're not going to do is run around spreading misinformation. The conversation that you're taking way out of context to justify this post is ridiculous. Small and I were having a conversation regarding the terrible rumors that racist white supremacists were spreading about me. They were spreading those rumors and using her as a pawn. The drama was addressed last week.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Okay.
the context of that is, but okay.
But that's a typical video of him, and stuff.
I'd have to watch hours of his bullshit content to understand what he's referencing.
So
Yeah.
exactly, and who wants to do that? The
Not
thing
high.
not
Chicken.
high. But anybody who takes exception to him, right? Who has an issue with him,
Target acquired.
they are racist. They are white supremacists. They are whatever. Listen, maybe you're just conducting shitty behavior, dude. Maybe you if you need to be open and honest and upfront with whoever it is that you're having sex with.
Maybe it's just a whole I know you are, but what am I type situation.
It's kind of a deal where, in my day when I was growing up, stuff, sex was not as open, and
In the 60s?
I wasn't growing up in the 60s, you asshole. I was born in the 60s, but I wasn't growing up in them.
Oh, sorry.
No, I grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s, primarily the late 70s and 80s, right? So you know, we kind of had switched and transitioned back to where it was back to more of a sex was not just something that was openly and available and people were engaging in it, right? It was
Not in the South, no.
no. And so whereas in contrast today, you know, it's more of a love yourself, love your body, and if it feels good, do it.
I think
type
everyone
stuff,
should
right?
hate themselves.
You think so?
We have a much better country if everyone was very, very insecure.
Yeah.
We have too much
Yeah.
security here. We have too much confidence for who they are as people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I will say this, okay, and
Practice self-hate today.
and all bullshit aside, right? I am going to say this.
Okay.
Modern Warrior has been the recipient of a lot of racist shit.
Oh, without
Okay.
a doubt.
Without a
I
doubt.
saw
he
some of
had-
that on TikTok.
yeah, he has been the recipient of a lot of racist shit that nobody should have to be subjected to. Okay. Now, the argument can be made that he brought it on himself because he went after these quote unquote racist people. Okay. So that argument could be
I mean,
made that
not the
you know,
racism, but
well, if you go, here's the thing: if you know that there are people out there that
sorry.
engage in racism, and you go up and kick the hornet's nest, and when the hornets come sting your ass, why are you bitching because you got stung? You kicked the damn nest, right?
Yeah, not only that, like you're trying to smash the nest too. You can't really fight hatred with more hatred.
Well,
gotta fight with love.
that is, you know, the thing about it is hatred is always going to exist in the world. We're not ever going to evolve as a species to where we don't hate somebody based upon their ethnicity or on their sexuality or who they choose to love. That stuff's always going to exist in the world. It doesn't matter. And we'll never, you know, this utopia of that is presented in things like Star Trek and things like that will never exist because humans as a species are flawed. We're a flawed species. You know, we have people that, you know, that murder people in the name of religion. We have people who murder people in the name of because their skin color is different than my skin color, of racism. You know, looking, for example, look at what's going on right now with this, with the conflict that's going on in Ukraine, right? Now, we have companies, we have businesses that are pulling products and stuff off the shelves because it was manufactured in Russia. We have companies like Microsoft saying we will no longer sell Xboxes in Russia. We have companies out there that are sports franchises that have a digital product that has Russian teams and stuff in it that are pulling those teams out of play to where people can't use them. Well, tell me, what purpose does that serve? Honestly. Right? It is it's xenophobia is what it is. There's no other way to, I'll call it what it is. It is xenophobia.
I don't know about that. I think it's just trying to get them to stop fucking around and shut down their economy.
I get that, but but understand me, Banana. If you buy a product and it has a Russian team in there that you can play, and all of a sudden this company, whatever it is, be it EA Sports or whatever, all of a sudden makes the determination, we're going to remove this Russian team out of a game that you've purchased and paid for because we don't want to support Russia in this. Tell me, how is that?
A certain amount of that is rational, I think, to be honest. If you're about to go to war with a country and you need to
all right,
kind of.
all right, look, we put sanctions in place as other countries did to cut off the financial support and stuff for Russia as a whole, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that is going to have a direct effect on
No,
the
not
country.
really.
What do you
Not
mean
really
no?
at all. No, because their economy doesn't really thrive off of American trade. It's more China.
Okay, but here's the problem: there are Russian citizens and stuff that cannot access monies because they had them in foreign banks. Correct?
Yeah,
just
like for example, Twitch, and I don't know if YouTube's done this yet, but Twitch, it does not operate in Russia no more. Meaning Russian streamers who, I mean, who don't have anything really to do with the war can no longer make money. This is a slippery slope though, because in order to make Russia stop, you do need to attack infrastructure if you're not willing to go to war. So you have to do the economical thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not going to have much of an effect, honestly, other than make their population more miserable.
Exactly. It's not having any ill effect on the nation itself, but it is punishing the average Russian citizen, right?
Yeah, and it's not their fault. Russia's going
No, it's not.
completely crazy.
And I get that 100%. What I'm saying though is
to have people to like make it like it's a dictator state. Like, what are they going to like? How is that going to affect what Putin does?
okay,
The population will just be
but
pissed off.
okay, but stay with me here, right? So when
Also, not for nothing, I got to go here in a minute.
okay,
I apologize.
oh, that's fine. So tell me, when companies like YouTube, Google specifically and stuff, sits there and terminates the ability for them to advertise, to do any type of commerce, you have people like No Fuckers, who is a YouTuber, who was vocally outspoken against what his country was doing, right? At great risk and peril to his own life. His accounts are frozen. He has no access to his money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have companies who are, I'm sorry, to me, these are companies who are grandstanding. When you have a product that you've already released, that you've already sold, that are going in all of a sudden and disabling online play of being able to use certain teams because they're Russian-based teams, that's bullshit. That's stupid, and it serves zero purpose. That is what I'm talking about, and that is developing a hatred towards the Russian people. It has nothing to do with isolating the country as far as the country itself being able to make money or transactions or anything like that, right? And you have a major or a hardware manufacturer, Microsoft, saying we're no longer going to sell the Xbox in Russia. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. But there seems to be an online growing hatred towards Russian people. And I don't think that's cool. And it is xenophobia.
Consequence of war becoming more of a possibility. I don't know. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's what happens. Same thing happened during the Iraq War.
Yes, it did.
After 9/11.
And it was wrong. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, since Banana's got to cut out here and go have lunch with his family, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I want to thank Nerd for coming in and
thanks, Nerdy John,
and helping us with that, because he's more knowledgeable as far as the whole.
He's our asset on the ground.
Well, his listen, he has the brain. Well, he's young. He's got the brain spells to spare to watch this kind of garbage shit with Modern Warrior and all that nonsense. I'm old. I can't do that shit. But I do appreciate it, Nerdy. Much appreciated.
Oh, of course.
And as always, any of our viewers that watch stuff, if you ever have something you want to say on any of the topics we're covering or whatever, 100% call in. We love to hear. You might have some insight and knowledge and shed some light on some things that we because we can't see all and know all. So anyway, I do want to wrap this up and get Banana out of here. So we thank you for tuning in today. We will keep you updated on the whole issue with the Brian Schwab and
Brendan Schaub. God damn.
whatever the hell his name is, dumbass. The dumbass filing the lawsuit against Uniqueness.
What did you say, Brian Schwab?
Well, fuck. Well, yeah, whatever. Dumbass. I'll just call him dumbass. The lawsuit that Brendan Schwab has filed, because that is something that I'm definitely going to keep track of and what have you. So anyway, if there's and we'll bring you up any information we have forward. Anyway, Banana, anything that you want to say, get us out here with today?
Nope.
Okay. So anyway, guys, remember, keep your powder dry, and we'll see you in the funny papers.